from Alice and the Giant Bookshelf, and under there we have Emily from Novell Novels. Jack is going to join us in about an hour. She's just got a prior appointment. So yeah, I don't think anyone is viewing yet. So
we're just chilling.
We shall see if we get some.
I think Charlie said she might pop over.
Yeah, this time of day works quite well for me, but I know other people like have lives and like go out and do stuff on a Saturday afternoon. We've got some people watching now.
Let's go.
Excellent.
So obviously this is sort of in for the Past and Future Readathon, which is Emily's baby that we are all co-hosting for. So I am reading still a Past and Future Readathon book. This is set the tone for the year, I think.
Yeah, you're using
So Elantris by Brandon Sanderson that I was reading last week. What are you girls reading?
Well, you go next.
I have got, this is one of my Past and Future books. I've got The Rapture by Liz Jensen. This has been on my TBR for a very long time. I was thinking it was going to be a book set in the future, but it's actually not really set in the future, although it is apocalyptic. So I'm using it as the TBR veteran, which it definitely is. I've had this for about 12 years or something. And on the first sprint, I might read my immune read along book because I've got one chapter left to go for today.
Nice.
Well,
I'm ahead of the game. I've already read all my chapters.
Oh.
I'm not reading any of my Past and Future Readathon books because I've already got through 4 of them, but I have got 2 in mind for next week, which is my favourite author one, which is my Page Toon book, and 101 Dalmatians for next week. But for today, I'm going to try. I've got a non-fiction book that the lovely Ross from Scully Dangly about the books sent me, which is The Crossing by A Story of East Timor, because I think it might be historical fiction. I know it's non-fiction, but it's a beautiful memoir about growing up in East Timor. I don't probably said that wrong, but it's a translated fiction, so it's kind of one that has been on my shelf for quite a while. And then maybe if I get a bit fed up of that, I've got a contemporary book, but I've got a proof copy that I'm reading, which is Two Women, A Million Dreams by Danny Atkins. It's a proof book that I found in a charity shop for a bit, but nice. It's another reefy one, so I'm not sure I cut, but it's so chunky. I want to get through it. Oh, Angie's here.
So we've got Ange. Hi, Ange. I hope you've got a nice cup of tea. And we've got Lynn. Hello. Oh,
she's doing so well.
I'm glad you don't have a life either.
She's smashing it online.
Oh, hello in India.
Hello.
And the US. Well, we are spread out today. 3 continents.
Very cool.
Oh, and Iceland.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and Agatha Christie.
Oh, I like the moving finger. That's a good one. Miss Marple in that one.
Lovely. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. Let us know what you're reading in the comments. I think we're going to do 20-minute sprints today. As you are probably all aware, the kids are here, so you may hear whinging in the background.
I've got mine too out there as well. So,
yes, but I tell you what, should we crack straight on with some sprints and then we can waffle afterwards?
Yep.
Lovely. Right, let me just set up the timer. Technology is hard on a Saturday.
For me, it's hard any day, so don't worry about it.
Okay. Right, and if everyone is ready.
Yeah, I'm going to mute myself.
I'm going to mute myself now as well. Bye.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
How did everyone
Hello.
get on?
yeah, good. Good.
Good. I think I read nearly 34 pages plus, like, I think there's nearly 10, so about 40 pages, roughly.
That's impressive. I finished the second chapter of Immune. It's really good.
Yeah.
I'm liking it so far. I never ever read science books, so this is like brand new to me. I'm like, oh, I'm learning stuff. So yeah, enjoying that. And then I went back on to The Rapture, which I'm also enjoying as well. This is kind of a bit climate apocalypse-y, but it's
Okay.
the main character is like a psychologist lady, and she is working with a like I think she's a teenage patient who has like murdered her mother sometime before, and she's like predicting like devastating events around the globe, like earthquakes and stuff, and they're starting to think, oh, she's actually getting those right. So yeah,
Nice.
didn't read that many pages of it though, probably only about 4 or 5.
Yeah. Well, no one can read as fast as Emily.
I'm
But
trying
yeah,
to get slower, okay?
This is so good. I really, really like it.
Oh, brilliant.
So I might send this to you, Alice, once I'm finished.
That looks a bit big for me.
It's not that big. What? It's like just shy of 600 pages.
It's only a little bit chunky,
It's no chunkier than Great Circle.
but you know
And you
how I don't love fantasy. Is it fantasy?
You keep saying, and it's a standalone.
Oh, it's a standalone, Alice.
Oh.
That's good.
So it's only one 600-page book and not like 5 600 pages.
Well, that's a bonus.
It is.
Is it a fantasy, did you say?
Yeah, high fantasy, yeah.
Has everybody got really weird names? Because that always puts me off in high fantasy.
No, well, they're not like normal names, but they're not like difficult names. Like Rayaden and Serene.
Oh, that's not too bad.
So yeah, it's not too bad. So let's see what everyone's reading. The Wizard of Oz.
Oh.
I love the first one. I reread it to Sam like a few years ago, and it's so good. But I've never read like any of the others in the series.
No, I read the
Amy's
first one,
read
but
it.
I haven't got any further.
Yeah, I haven't. Can't seem to find it.
I feel like I should. Hello.
Hi, Alison.
I've not heard of that one.
Oh,
My
it's Miriam
phone
Page.
is so bad today. I cannot read the comments.
I did hear someone talk about that the other day. Miriam Tays. Have you read that one, Alice?
No, I've just seen it on Fox Folios on Instagram today, and she was saying how great it is. And I was like, oh, and also really tragic, apparently, I think. So definitely looking for that one when I'm not book banned anymore.
Was that her debut, or is that?
I'm not sure. The one I've got on my shelf is Women Talking. Obviously, I absolutely loved Fight Night, which was one of my favourite books last year.
I didn't get on with Women
It could
Talking.
be her debut. Could be
You
her
didn't like
debut.
it?
No, Women Talking I didn't. But that could be right.
The House of William C.
Oh.
Such a lovely
They
book.
had that in the charity shop, and Annalisa wouldn't let me buy it.
Oh, it's so
My
nice.
boss wouldn't let me buy it. She's like, "You gotta wait because it's a like popular book, and I want everyone to get it." No.
I love that book. I don't even know where my copy is anymore. It's gone round about 50 people.
Oh
Gave it
my
to my
god.
mum and it's just gone. It's gone. It's
I
gone.
want it. It's like one of the ones I want. It's like, and what Anne's reading.
Oh, she's doing her
Ooh.
booktube selection.
Oh, I love that. I
Ooh.
did mine the other day.
Yeah, I did mine like the second day. I couldn't.
You're
like,
very
stop.
eager. I only did mine a couple of days ago.
Yeah, but this is Jem. She looked at it and we saw what she was like with it.
Well, I owned half of them, so I picked all the ones I owned first.
Yeah, same.
Oh, morning, Sandy.
Hi, Sandy.
And morning,
Julie.
Julie. Or afternoon for Julie, because Julie's in our country. The Adventures of Captain Hatteras, is that how you say that? Oh, Jules Verne.
I've not heard of that one.
I have got one Jules Verne I bought.
Yeah, I've not heard of that one, but I've got one on audio, I think. So
I'm going to start the flat share on audiobook later, hopefully later, once I finish my other audio. It came live a bit sooner, but I've got to finish my book that I'm not talking about on audio. So that I've got to finish that one first, and then I can go on to the flat share. So BookTube videos will not be watched today.
Reader, Alice.
Oh, I'm really jealous. Scorpio Rising. That's my absolute top favourite Agatha Christie.
Hang on a minute. Not that I'm disappearing, guys, but isn't that the one I picked for February?
Yeah, that's my favourite.
Red and poured coffee. That's the most important thing, Glenda.
Yeah, I can't remember. I'm sorry. I am here. I really am here. No,
Sandy's reading Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator. It's not as good as Chocolate Factory, is it?
I am looking, guys. I'm certain that I picked one of you lot's books for Blooming February. It's one of your lot's favourites, and I cannot for the life of me find it on my shelves.
15 pages. That was the Five Little Pigs. Good work. Don't remember the. Maybe it's time to reread, Glenda.
Glenda, I love it when that happens though, because it means you can have a whole new murder mystery that you've forgotten about.
That you know is good.
Yeah.
I read a chapter. Oh yeah. Yeah, I just don't read that fast. It's probably best I don't even mention page numbers, otherwise you'll all be like 600. Yeah, it is chunky, but it's not like fantasy chunky, is it? I'm doing Prior of the Orange Tree, and that's like 800.
That's freaking massive.
I'm like 90% through now, though.
Wow, well done.
Love the names in fantasy, yeah.
I was keep looking at my February TBR, and I cannot
name that you don't recognise. Do you just like not pronounce it in your head? You just like.
Yeah, I do that. So I'm like, get to the end of the book, and I've got no idea what the character's called.
Yeah.
In my head, I just call them
visually, but you. Yeah.
Yeah, I sort of decide how I'm going to pronounce it, and then I live with that for the rest of the book. And then if I ever talk to somebody else about the book, I'm like, yeah, that main character. I hope that they say first what they thought it was.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh dear. I just started Young Woman Who Seeks Assistance from.
It's a very good book.
Ooh, it does sound good. Did you say that was your favourite one, Alice?
Yeah, it's my top favourite. It's sort of like a cold case scenario, which Christie did with Poirot a few times, but this is definitely the best example of it. Like, he goes back to solve a case from the past.
So I'll be reading that one at the end of the year then.
I'm reading a book. I'm just looking at my shelves. I think I might have picked a book for next month that you recommended to me, Gem. Snow Child.
Well, I haven't recommended it. It's on my shelf. I haven't read it yet.
It's not you. So what? I am here, guys. I am just getting annoyed at myself because I swear to God, it's Agatha Christie, Five Little Pigs. Yeah, that's what I'm reading in February. I knew I had a book from you, your recommendations, Alice. And I've got your one for March.
Games to Return Off in Fantasy, Join the Oz series. It's a lovely, lovely world. The Wizard of Oz world. I do feel like I need to continue the series.
Yeah, I do. I feel like I need to.
I don't know. I worry that it'll ruin the magic if they're not as good.
Definitely.
12 pages of a suitable story. You've got quite a way to go then.
Isn't that massive?
One, isn't it?
Is that like 1,500 pages, that one?
Oh my God. Is that the one that Charlie set herself for this?
She said she might do a read along for it later this year. I think.
Yeah, so I remember Charlie saying that.
Sandy read it in about 3 days last year.
She's like rivaling me.
While we were reading The Count of Monte Cristo.
No.
Oh my God.
Reading both at the same time, and Tomb of Sand all at the same time.
I've already planned.
Finished it like 2 months before we did.
Fraser is literally a machine. I don't know how he does it.
Have any of you not read Les Mis? Because I'm thinking about setting a read along with that next year because I've got Les Mis on my shelves.
I'd
Two
rather
volumes.
read the eyeballs, if I'm honest.
Say as you see it, Jan. Why don't you just say
I
it? As you see it.
will. I'm not holding the punches on that one. Yeah, no, no.
I'm just like, the only way I'll get through it is if I read it with someone else, because otherwise it scares the crap out of me. It's like 2 books worth. 2 books in one book, effectively. It's in 2 volumes I've got it in.
No.
Wenda.
Wenda. I think that's the name of the main character in Sleeping Murder by Agatha Christie also.
Oh,
yes.
AMPS?
Yeah.
What is that?
All My Puny Sorrows. So Miriam Taves had already published 5 books before that one.
Oh, what? I didn't even know she had published books.
She's got loads of books.
Oh, God. I didn't know that either.
For the readathon. Brilliant.
Hooray. Very good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna actually have to make myself read because I need to read books for the readathon next on my sprint. So I'm going to save that page 2 book for the next sprint next week.
Paris, Texas is reading The Omega Factor. Oh, a thriller. That's why I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, I was like,
it's not very good.
No, I'm not.
Brilliant.
I need to actually go off my bum and read a thriller soon, but I've not set myself up for any of them.
Oh, I won't add it to my TBR then.
It sounds like the sort of title that Robert Ludlum books have, but I don't know if it is a Robert Ludlum.
Yeah, agree, Katie. Paris, Texas, just DNF it. It's too many good books.
Yeah, you are so good at DNFing, Jem. Let's be honest. Alice is getting better. I need to be better.
DNF before me this year.
Yeah, I know. I'm
DNF the first one yesterday.
Done.
Why is it my TBR jar did it again this month? It gave me a book that I didn't like very much. It's 3 stars, but it still wasn't good enough.
Well, you should blame the person who puts the books into the TBR jar.
It was last year. It was the one that followed on from last year's TBR jar, so that's my excuse.
It was 14 days for a suitable boy. Remind us, Alice, how long did it take you to read Don Quixote?
I'm not at liberty to talk about that. No, it was 1 year and 1 month. That's my longest ever.
How do you do that? I can't leave a book on my shelf that long.
Yeah, quite easily.
Yeah, I mean, I like big books too, but yeah, 50. To be fair, the Count of Monte Cristo was quite a lot for me. What was that, like 1,200 and a bit?
Monte Cristo is longer than Don Quixote. Yeah.
I can't remember what I think mine. What would I went? Oh, I can't think. Bleak House should have been one of the longest ones, but it wasn't because my copy was Diddy. Do you remember my copy had that really Diddy print?
Oh yeah, that was strange. It must have been really small print.
I'm getting on with Nicholas Nickleby. You lot, I did it. I said, I said I was reading it the way like we discussed about if easy whatever do in big chunks. So I read like 100 pages in one chunk, and I found it a lot more easier to connect with it. So I'm actually getting on better with Nicholas Nickleby. So I might continue with the Dickens project.
Yay.
Hey.
Sandy's reading Les Mis in March. I think that's book club, isn't it?
So big.
I think that's for the book club because I definitely didn't write that one in my planner because
seriously didn't.
No.
Jen's already said to me, "You're not doing any big books this year, are you?" I was like, "Well, I've got what's the Dickens one? I've got Dombey and Son. That's about 800
at some point.
And I've got Crime and Punishment, but I think that's only like 500-600. So
yeah, Crime and Punishment isn't that big. It's not that big. Crime and Punishment's not that big.
Oh dear. Kelly from Books I'm Not Reading is reading Les Mis.
Oh, she is. Yeah, I saw that on her channel.
Is Sleeping Murder a Marple or a Poirot?
It's Marple. It's Miss Marple's final case.
It is. Oh. You are correct.
What's Five Little Pigs, Jem? Alice, sorry.
Poirot.
So is that one that I'm going to like, do you think?
It's the best one.
Okay, that's good. Then I'm starting with Girl then. That's good.
It was the Charlie in the Great Glass Elevator.
Yeah,
loves that book.
Scorpio's the last Marple. I haven't read the first, so it's all right. Praise Italian, a man without
2,400 pages. No.
I've not even heard of that book.
That's on my never ever read list then.
Yeah, that's excessive, isn't it?
That's twice the
Nowadays, that would be
size of
massive.
Monte Cristo.
Oh
into,
my
like,
god.
multiple books.
Yeah,
I'm
that's why
just
I've got two
imagining
books
like
later.
2 Monte Cristo door stoppers stuck
Yeah,
together.
it is. I think I've got them. Like I
No.
said, I'm going to probably read it over like a whole year. I might even just do Les Mis over a whole year, maybe. Might do an analysis on that.
Yeah.
2 big books. Cut my finger.
Okay, so just talking about channels.
We're going to do another sprint soon.
Oh, sorry. Kristen, I am reading it. I promise.
She's just read it for 20 minutes, Kristen.
Still behind. Yeah, Glenda is definitely an avid commenter. So lovely. Hi, Kristen. Hi, everyone. Hi. 2
volumes.
101,700. Is that a volume? Come on.
Oh my god.
Yeah, see. Every time I leave Kristen a voice note, I'm like, I'm really sorry, I'm still behind. And to be fair, I'm buddy reading with Sandy as well at the moment, and I think that's how it goes on that buddy read as well. Sorry, I'm still a whole section behind. But there we go. Right. In the name of being behind on all buddy reads, maybe we should do another
Probably best.
Right, let me reset.
I've got my cool mug today, you guys.
What is it?
My mum is a ray of sunshine. They bought this for me when Mia was a little, so it's a very old mug, but it's really cute.
My kids would never buy me something that said that on.
Yeah, they obviously, that was before me could talk. See you guys in a bit then.
Okay, see you in a bit.
Bye.
In a bit.
Bye.
You all right?
Oh,
I'm
how
gonna finish-
are we all?
I'm going to finish this
Hello.
off this afternoon. I'm going to finish this off later because I've got about just read quite a lot, but I've got about 50 odd pages. And I think I'm bored.
You've read how much?
I've read a lot, probably too much. I'm not going to say because you're going to laugh.
How much did you say you got left? 50 pages.
Yeah, and it's a 152 page book.
But
Yeah,
you're not
that gives you
finished.
an idea. I've read a lot, but it's okay. It's like a very memoir kind of book, but it's not one that's connected me. You know what I mean? Oh, I don't know. I feel like I should want to read it. It's a memoir. I should be like, yay, excited. And I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah.
You know? And Mia's about to come in with a comb stick in her hair.
By the way, I'm going to cut my hair.
Oh no, she's not going to cut her hair. Looks like I might have to disappear in a minute.
Oh dear.
Sorry
Alice,
about this, guys.
you're all right. Alice, how did you-
Right, I'm
Sounds
going to put myself on mute and just disappear for 2 minutes. I'm sorry.
Sounds like the sort of thing you should go and stop.
Yeah, definitely. I'll see you guys in a minute.
Yeah. I read 10 pages.
Thank God. You know when you think that you're like the slowest reader in the world when Emily reads 50 pages in 20 minutes. And I'm like,
No, I think I should call my reading sprints like reading slowness or something because it's not
Yeah.
a sprint.
definitely more.
Yeah,
yeah. Is
I
there
read 10 pages, but I did go and get another drink in that time. So,
I went and got Aero
oh,
Bubble.
they look nice. I love Aero.
Yeah. So, what's
Yummy.
everyone else doing? Part 3. I can't remember what that conversation was about. Part 3. Is that of the massive 5,000 page book?
Probably. That might be about
No,
Charlie and the
Charlie and the Doobie What's It?
yeah.
Oh yeah, it is so good. It is so good. And I am really enjoying it. I'm just really slow. Happy reading.
Oh, I
Oh.
haven't watched that yet. I didn't
I
know
haven't
Donkey
watched that
Rating
one
was on
yet.
it. I will
I'm
watch it now. I've seen
behind.
that.
So far behind with BookTube. So
Just to see why I shouldn't have read it.
yeah.
See if I
I've
agree.
read pages as well. So I feel like that's more normal.
Yeah.
I
don't feel
definitely
quite bad
read
now.
the region of that. So that's good.
Is that your book poster in the background, Jem?
Yeah.
Oh, it's really cool how it hangs up. I like that.
Yeah. I think I've lost the bottom bit of it. I have. There's like a bottom, like magnety bit that like straightens it out.
Ah.
But it fell off the other day and I haven't put it back on.
You've read quite a few of them.
The Jules Verne started in an absurd way, but slowly it's taken place. Oh well, that's good. That's good. I really haven't read any Jules Verne. I need to sort that out. Oh, selection
I haven't read any
submitted.
Jules Verne either. Well done, Ange. Ange was doing non-fiction, weren't you, Ange?
Yeah.
So it was be different to ours.
What happened? Well, we did some reading, Ange.
Yeah.
A reading jog. I wouldn't even say a jog, more like a crawl, Jim.
Yeah, a slow walk.
Like a
And that-
slug. Yeah. I don't know what is the movement of slugs called? Like
I think the next one's more accurate. Go on to the next comment.
Oh, an amble. Yes, a reading amble.
I think that's spot on, Jim. Reading amble.
Read a chapter, so good. I have to read 20 and do a message. What chapter am I on? I'm definitely not near 20. I'm on 14. Oh dear.
I think I might be nearly halfway on this book now. I've been reading it for 2 weeks.
Halfway. Let's look about halfway.
That's been my sort of backup book if I'm not reading Anybody Reads or anything else. So
Yeah,
it's been the one that's sort of by the wayside.
yeah.
Hmm.
The trouble is, my version of that is The Seven Moons of Marley Almeida, which I've been reading since October, and I'm still only like.
You
100
really
books.
aren't into that, are you, Jem? You
I
really.
know, but, right, okay. I potentially I'm going to DNF it, but I feel like it's going to come up on the BookTube prize list,
And so you want to read it because of that.
and so I kind of want to just leave the bookmark in.
I think it will definitely be on the BookTube prize list, probably.
Yeah.
Just because I think people will recognise the name and people tend to vote for things that won other prizes, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Like last year, there was an awful lot of books in my category alone that were books that had been in the short list or the long list for the Booker. So I'm reckoning we'll see that again.
I'm more interested in the women's prize list. That's my list that I'm more like looking forward to seeing. Like,
yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well.
Enjoyed women's prize last year, so yeah.
I just got one of them hangers for my world map. Yes, the world map. I really want to get one now, but I think I should do one poster at a time.
Good idea.
Indeed. Elantris just gets better and more exciting. Yeah. Yes, Elantris is brilliant. I do need to try Jules Verne.
I haven't read any Sanderson.
This is my first Sanderson.
Is it? I would have thought you'd have read them all.
I know. I feel like I'm like a fake fantasy fan because I haven't read Sanderson.
Call yourself a fantasy fan.
No. Yeah, non-fiction. Now putting the I did that the other day.
Oh, have you got tabs in it? I haven't put tabs in the sections or anything.
37 pages left. So she's
it's
today, Sandy.
I don't know. I've kind of tempted myself. I think I will finish this. I need to get this finished, and then that's at least one book finished for today. Oh, sod it. Oh, Mia literally just had to cut some of her own hair. This was just that was good. She got her hair tangled in a comb, and it was right on this front bit. So she's cut a bit of it. I'm like, yeah, I think I might have to send you to my mum's to get it cut properly.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Oh. So I think I may end up having to leave a little bit earlier if this carries, like, she's stressing out and it's like Chris is now stressing.
Fine, just do what you need to do, matey.
Joys of parenthood, hey?
No worries.
And DNF 7 Moons. To be honest, I will DNF it if it doesn't make the BookTube prize. But I just know
find out when do we
get category, and then I'll have to start it again if I take the bookmark out.
When do we find out?
Definitely leave the bookmark in until you found out if it's in your category.
Exactly. Yeah. The 1st of February.
The 1st of February. Okay, so we're nearly there. I can't believe how quickly this month's going. It's like nearly halfway through the month tomorrow. It's like flying by, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I don't feel I've read enough books.
Just whimsy. That's nice. Dorothy is not in this one. Interesting.
I'm so trying to decide what book to start after this. I really can't. I'm like looking at my trolley going, do what I've got. Has anyone read the Book of Longings by Stephen?
That's really good. It's really good.
I put it on like to add it onto this month's TBR because it looked pretty. And I was like, oh, I kind of fancy reading in the second half a good book, you know? You know how I normally go.
Yeah, no, the Book of Longings is good. It's about like the fictional wife of Jesus.
Ooh, could be interesting.
Very good. I liked it a lot.
Because I'm deciding I'm going to start the winter thingy, the Winter Garden book by Kristen Hanna when it gets really cold, like middle of the week.
That's so sad.
You guys predicted it.
Yeah, it's a slow build, but like the end is like devastating. And I was listening to it on audio walking the dog, and I was like sobbing, like walking past other dog walkers who were like,
"Oh my god!" I don't even know what to sob. I've had loads of books that made me cry this week. It's killed me.
Yeah. Well, just don't do it in public while you're walking the dog. Is my recommendation.
I try it.
It's a paper book, so I can't really do that, and I don't have a dog, so I'm kind of. Are you not predicting freezing cold weather this week, by the way? Has everyone else predicted that ice sprint?
I don't know.
I tell you what, I had a like I mustn't cry at a certain bit of Pachinko that somebody made me read when I was listening to it in the car on the way home from somewhere, and I was like, "Don't burst into tears because you're about to drive."
She's giving me that.
Uh,
Don't sending me that. That's going to kill me. Great. Another one's coming.
Yeah, that is going to kill you.
Yeah, no, me.
So sad.
Everyone keeps telling me I need to read, listen to I Know My Name by Chantal Miller, that non-fiction book.
Chanel Miller. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I will get read because but it's that it'll get listened to. But I'm like, yeah, I need to listen to it when I'm strong, and I'm like, yeah, when's that going to happen?
In the summer.
Yeah, not in the winter. Avoid.
Jim's read a few letters of Dangerous Liaisons. Is that the Classics and Company pick?
Might be.
January.
Also, is Cruel Intentions based on Dangerous Liaisons, or have I made that up?
I don't know, but I love
love
that movie. I kind of want to go find it now on Netflix because I haven't watched it in ages. I must have watched it
I
a
love
million
that
times
film.
when I was a teenager.
I haven't watched it in years.
So good.
So good.
Middlemarch. I love what I've read. I need to get back to it. I think Andrew's reading Middlemarch at the moment.
Oh yeah, Andrew's reading that. I didn't connect with that very well.
Hello, Crabby. Finished And My Puny Sorrows, is that what it's called?
All My Puny Sorrows, yeah.
Arctic Summer by Damon Galgut. Is that his new one? I didn't like his last one, so watching Tar last night. What is that? I don't know what that is. Lynn says yes, Cruel Intentions is based on.
Oh, I thought there was a connection. I wasn't sure.
I kind of want to read it now.
Yeah.
Defo want to read it.
Only if it's got Sarah Michelle Gellar and Ryan Philippe in it.
Oh yeah, and it is Classics and Company. See, I did know sort of what I was talking about. Yeah.
Are there any readathons happening in February or March, by the way? Does anyone know?
Any what?
Readathons or anything? Because
there'll be middle of March.
Yeah, I might go to that a little bit.
Is Blackathon in February?
But you know I'm not that
No.
Irish Readathon, I think, is
March
February or
as well,
March.
Yeah, I'm reading an Irish book. I'm reading a Marion Keyes book in February. So, but I might do middle grade March.
Mystery Madness is in March.
Yeah, but I don't read mysteries, do I? So.
Yeah, but you
can
read
March
Madness.
I can try one. Yeah, I might do March, the Doodah, middle grade March a little bit, but I don't ever watch Krista. Controversial, I don't watch Krista. I just don't have time to watch all these bigger booktubers. I'm like just sticking with my. I'm listening to too many audiobooks. It's you lot's fault. I'm listening to too many audiobooks, so I don't have as much time to watch booktube now.
Oh yeah, Jim was saying there's Historathon running throughout the year, which is like the non-fiction historical, so it's like split into courses, and then you read from different. That's quite cool. I can't remember who the hosts for that are, but it's.
I'm keeping a month off in February. I think February I'm actually keeping a month off of everything because it's a shorter month, and after our readathon being so. We've been busy, but thank you guys for everything with this. It's gone really well. I couldn't have done this without you guys, my co-hosts. I really am so grateful for you guys because it's made it really good fun. But I think Chris is going to get a bit grumpy with me if I keep every week I've got these lives. So it's like, yeah, he's like, you're doing booktube because I've had like hours of I've had like read-alongs and readathons and buddy reads. So I've like been like literally like hours of putting like Instagram posts and doing stuff for the tandem. And he's like, you're so busy. He's like, oh, can't you just read? I was like, no, because I've got to do all these bits. But yeah.
I have definitely got a freer month in February at the moment.
Yeah,
I don't think I booked in much, but I think that was because I was thinking about the BookTube prize.
Which tomorrow. Tar is a 2022 film with Kate. Oh, I love Cate Blanchett. I'll have to check it out. It's an older Galgut. The Promise was your favourite book of 2021. Sorry, I really didn't like it. I only made it through like the first funeral. So
I quite liked it. I read that for the BookTube prize last year. It was quite good. Better than I thought it was going to be.
Not for me. Oh,
You've got a Rudy in the background. I can hear
Reverend
Rudy.
Reed. Yeah, sorry. He's one of the hosts. First quarter is before 500 AD. Yeah.
I'll read this for my last sprint. Oh,
That's all right. We don't care about spelling mistakes on this channel.
I'm useless.
Alice has to remind me when I spell stuff wrong in my thumbnails.
I feel like the spelling police.
She is. She's my.
You don't do it to me, Alice. Am I all right then?
Well, if I spotted one, I would tell you if you would like me to.
All right, we're gonna start the last sprint. Way.
Right. Do one more, shall we?
Yeah, and I might have to
Yep.
do something. Yep, let's go for it.
Let's do it.
Happy reading, everyone.
Happy reading.
Happy reading. Hi, Jack.
Oh, hey everyone.
Hey.
Sorry, I've
just
interrupting your 8 minutes. I'm gonna read something then.
Right.
Right, I'll see you in 8 minutes.
8 minutes, Jack.
I've lost my bookmark.
Oh my God, Jen, that's a disaster.
Disaster, darling. Hi, Jack.
Hi, Jack.
Hello. How's it going?
How long were you there for? I just suddenly saw, like, at the bottom of my screen, like, some little hand.
I was, you know me, I like to waffle. Poor old Shelley. I was talking for like, I don't know. Well, we chatted a bit and then we recorded and then we chatted a bit after and then it ended up being 3:30 and I was like, oh, I'm going to go. She had to go too. So I was like,
Is it hard? What's the time? Oh my God.
it was nice though. It was a really nice chat, you know. I think I like this kind of format because I was saying to her, we did this last week for the Past and Future Readathon and it's nice. These little chats in between are really lovely. And
Yeah.
so just to chat to people is actually really nice. Yeah, so good times. How's everyone going? What are you all reading?
I read a whole book.
Of course.
Since you've been doing this?
Yeah.
And that's including, I'm going to tell my light one, that's including the fact that Mia had a meltdown and had to cut some of her own hair because she's got her hair tangled with a hairbrush.
What, while you were doing this?
Yes. It's been fun.
Very typical, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, someone at our door. Dave's going to answer it though, it's fine. So yeah, what did you read that entire book? What is it called?
It's
Crossing.
The Crossing by A Story of East Timor by Louise Cardoza or whatever. And it's a non-fiction book. It was all right, but it was just I read it all, and do you know what? I don't actually know how much of that I took in. It's like 150 pages. I don't know how much. It's about a guy who went across the Timor and East Timor, and again, I've just read a whole flipping book. That's really bad, isn't it?
Well, there's sometimes we can be a bit distracted as well, especially by children who've got hair tangled up in hairbrushes.
I can't take in non-fiction at the moment. I'm really not getting on with non-fiction again. I'm just not connecting.
Depends on I suppose the non-fiction as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What are you reading, Jack?
So I'm reading Mayflies for the Fiction Addiction Club as well as for Past and Future. So I think it's because it's basically set in the past, isn't it? You know, so and it's like it's set in the 80s and then it flashes forward to present time. But what had happened was I had it out on Libby, borrow box from the library, and then it got returned. And then I went to get it back because sometimes you can get it back within a couple of days, and it's just been removed from the library. Yeah, for some reason, don't know why. And then so I had like a little code for a new audiobook website that I'm kind of I wanted to investigate anyway, and I had a code to get a book from them for $3.99. So I purchased it there. So audio and the ebook for $3.99, which is quite good, isn't it?
Did Scott talk about this? Is this like the mix and match?
Zigzag.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Scott he might have talked about it on his channel, but here's Pedro. He might have talked about it on his channel, but because I after he did his things you should do instead of Amazon, I went and started investigating because obviously he's in Australia, so not everything is quite the same. So I've been investigating a bit. So I thought I'll try out them. There's another one called Book Beats that I've been trying out. So I'm going to do a little review. Like they're kind of ones that work for UK because I've seen American people recommending things and obviously Scott recommending it from an Australian perspective, but there's no UK recommendation. So I've been investigating various audiobook providers and what their deal is here in the UK. It's slightly different. So like everyone's always recommending Libro FM, but Libro FM in the UK, you can't get a subscription. You have to buy a book by book, which is not.
Guys, I'm going to have to go. I'm having a bit of a meltdown.
That's fine, mate.
You've got
See you later,
thing going on. Oh. So yeah, but yes. So anyway, I've got Mayflies back, so I'm reading that. But also, I thought if I didn't have, because the other books I'm reading The Switch, which is my older protagonist book, Beth O'Leary, and that's on audiobooks. I can't really sit here listening to it. And the other one I'm reading is The House in the Cerulean Sea, but we're doing a chapter, and I've done my chapter. So I'm trying to stay with the reading schedule for my buddy reading. So now, thought I might read a bit of this.
Do it.
Yay.
Do it.
Oh,
Which one is
lovely.
that? 3?
4.
Yeah.
4.
Yay. So what are you reading, Alice? It's number 4.
I'm reading The Rapture by Liz Jensen, which is one of my TBR veterans, and I'm about halfway through. It's all right. I think it was actually a good book. It's a bit apocalyptic, but it's not as apocalyptic as what I normally prefer in my apocalypse.
You mean you like a lot? You do like a good apocalypse?
I like it to be really apocalypsy.
Yeah,
If
apocalypse.
that's a word.
Apocalypso. Yes.
Really apocalypsy.
That's great. That was a very Buffy moment. Oh, did Rudy turn up?
Oh, he was barking in the background. So really, that emoji should be, the one with the exploding brain.
Yeah, I saw Pedro going closer and closer to your pillows to curl up.
Yeah, and he likes to get his bum right on the pillow.
Harry does as well.
Doing that.
Oh, Kristen's given me such Wheel of Time FOMO, but I dare.
What one are you on, Kristen? What's she on?
I think
which
she's
book
on the
is she on?
4th one. I think she's read 3.
So I'm rereading the start of the Wheel of Time because I never finished it, and I would like to read the whole thing. I got up to book 5.
It's long.
It's very long. It's very long, and also, I think you have to. There was a point where I just wanted to throw book 5 across the room, and that's when I stopped reading it, just because of certain things. But I think I'm just going to have to get over that and just finish reading it.
I think Fraser said there's a few in the middle that are a bit.
Yeah, there's supposed to be. It's called the slog.
But yeah, fill me with hope. But there we go. Oh, happy reading, Fox.
Oh yeah, happy reading. Reading Spring Giggles. Chick-fil-A. Oh yeah, that's that. I don't know. They don't have it over. We don't have it over here. It's like an American, like chicken. I think Chick-fil-A breakfast here at my daughter's. Is it chicken? I don't know. Someone in America, tell us what it is, because I've heard of it. I've heard someone mentioning it before, but I don't know what it is.
Fortnite, I think, is going on in my house as well, Glenda.
Dog is snuggled up. Aww. Dog snuggles.
Yeah, mine's probably eating a skirting board. Would you dare doggy? I definitely would doggy the page, but I knew that I had a bookmark somewhere.
Hi,
Jack. Love Jack.
Hi, Kirsten. Hi. You started Immune. What are you thinking of it, Ange? Yeah, it's everyone. Has everyone done their Immune pages here?
I've done my pages for today.
Yeah, I need to leave my thoughts on the Discord. I'm Discord averse.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it today.
I wonder what.
There's another 8 pages. Oh, good. Improving. Nadeem is reading a Jules Verne book.
Oh, Glenda, that sounds like you've got a big family thing going on. Have a lovely morning. We'll one day discover what. So I'm Zigzag. Lynn, how are you finding Zigzag? Because basically what I wanted was, I thought I'm trying not to buy new books at the moment, and I'm trying not to spend a lot of money. So they sent me this try for $3.99, because there's this whole deal with Zigzag, which I will explain at some point, not now, but you can get the book and the audio book for the same price, and it's called an X book, but it's supposed to have all these features, but I don't have yet to investigate the features because I've just got the book. But is it any better? I don't know. An X book. They were like, you can listen to it and then switch to the audio. I was like, I can do that on Kindle. So, but not that I'm saying it's better, but it's like, what's the difference? Like, what is this?
Yeah. Oh, bye.
Sandy.
Hi, Sandy.
Hi,
and she finished Carly in the Great Glass Elevator. Is that
That's a weird book. That is just a weird book.
I definitely think Dahl had something.
Yeah,
when he wrote that.
It's just an odd book. The Switch, I'm enjoying The Switch. The Mayflies, I'm only about 30 pages in, and I'm liking the I'm liking it so far. I think I'm kind of keen for them to get to Manchester. That's what's going to happen next. So they're going to go to some gigs in Manchester. So.
Intrigued.
Can't believe it's not apocalypse. It's not apocalypsy enough. It is apocalyptic. It's not apocalypsy enough, Jim.
Oh yes, the slog.
On the apocalypse scale, Alice.
Well, I think the apocalypse might be about to happen, but it hasn't happened yet.
The whole of time felt like, oh yeah. Yes, yeah, exactly. That's why I wanted to throw the book across the room. That's exactly what I got to book 5, and this character who's supposed to be a badass warrior woman was behaving in such a ridiculous way. I was just like, over a man.
But didn't Brandon Sanderson finish the series?
Yes, he did. So I'm looking forward to. I really want to see. I want to read the thing as a whole, and I do love the world, and I do love the whole premise of it. And actually, yeah, but you're right. Yeah, you can see man written.
Yeah.
Chicken sandwiches. There we go.
Oh,
Thanks,
chicken
Katie.
sandwiches. I see.
Peach milkshake.
Peach milkshakes.
I detest milkshakes, but I think Jack only likes them if they have bits of.
No, me and Alice like a peanut butter milkshake with a bit of bacon in it. Yeah, 5 Guys
I've never actually had it, but I like the theory.
You like the sound of it.
I do like the like chocolatey Oreo milkshakes from there.
Yeah, very good. They're good, lovely milkshakes. Zigzag UK only. I'm not sure. Paris, Texas. I'm gonna do a video on alternatives to Audible, but from a UK perspective, because if you want alternatives to Audible, Scott from Gunpowder Fiction and Plot did a brilliant video.
Yeah,
like,
I think he did mention Zigzag in that video,
and he might have mentioned Zigzag. Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah, they've got a really interesting pay structure. So they don't do subscriptions. So the way it works is for the first 5 books you buy, you pay like the most expensive book. All is $7.99, right? And then they have books at $3.99, and you will never pay more than $7.99. But for the first 5 or 10, I can't remember the structure. I'll go through it properly when I do a video on it. You pay $7.99, then it goes down to $6.99 for the next 5 books, then $5.99 for the next 5 books, and then it gets all the way down to $3.99, and then every book on their site will be $3.99 for you if you've previously bought them at the other books. So I've kind of got to like sit down and do some maths and work out what that costs in like long term to get down to the point where you're paying $3.99 per book, because $3.99 per book is actually cheaper than 1 credit on an annual Audible subscription, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
So you get 24 credits for £109 on Audible, and I think that works out to just. Oh, it might be. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to try and work out whether financially it is like cheaper. But again, it's about morals and ethics really for a lot of people with Audible, because it's an Amazon company.
I have to say, since I switched, well, I haven't switched. I'm using Scribd and Audible at the moment. But Scribd has got so much on it.
Scribd is amazing.
I've got 3 Audible credits that I haven't used because everything's from Scribd.
Yeah, I think I've got 3 credits.
So good.
But it's been mainly because I'm finding so much on Libby and BorrowBox.
Yeah, BorrowBox and Libby. So I hit Scribd, then I hit BorrowBox and Libby, and then I hit Audible if I can't find what I need. And also with Audible, the reason I've still got my Audible subscription is the exclusives like the Sandman and the new Terry Pratchett's, but I don't think they're exclusive to Audible. But like I've got credits and I want to get a lot of them, so I'm going to be, so yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, but there's definitely a lot happening in that space at the moment, isn't there?
Definitely.
Oh yeah, Katie. Oh, yes.
Scribd is really good. If any of you like middle grade, Scribd is great for middle grade audiobooks, particularly. Really good.
There's a lot on there. I don't think it's any better than Audible.
I think the selection isn't as good as well. This is what I'm going to look. I've done a comparison with cost and selection, and basically what I've this sort of experiment I've done. I like taking some backlist things that you might want and some latest releases, like some new release books and prize winning books and things like that, and just do a sort of like check of availability, price, like just kind of an overall comparison between these different services for people. So I thought that'd be useful.
It would be useful.
Yes.
Definitely. Oh, hello, Laurie. Time conversion tips. Me too, mate. Don't worry.
Giver. Oh, yay. I love The Giver.
Oh, I've on my TBR, but I haven't read it yet.
So good. I think they're all on Scribd. I think. Yeah, really good. The Netherlands. There we go.
Just over the water. In and out for the day. Yes, Kristen, I think I'm nearly ready to update you on like 5 days ago. Buddy Reed update. Oh dear, it does sound good. Audible Library is all about. Yeah, this is true.
Scribd is so good, isn't it, Katie?
I actually just found on Scribd, I can't remember what the name of the book was, but whichever book was middle grade of the month from Waterstones, that is on Scribd.
Yeah. Quite often, like latest release middle grades you can get, and quite often you can get the ebook and audiobook for the middle grade on there, because sometimes it's one or the other, isn't it? But quite often you can get both. I found some great middle grade. In fact, I found some recent middle grade things on Scribd that I've just bookmarked that I wanted to look at, which look awesome. But I've got like 200 and odd books saved on Scribd. Talking about like TBRs.
The trouble is they do really good recommendations, I think, on Scribd.
Yeah, they do.
You shelved this. You should try. I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good.
Right.
Save.
Yeah, and I think if people like middle grade or YA fantasy and stuff like that, which it's not generally my jam, but there's tons of it on there. Like
there's loads of graphic novels as well.
Graphic novels, yeah. Kobo, yeah. And I kind of downloaded the Kobo. I don't know if it's an app or if I went to the Kobo website and logged in just off of what your recommendation to see. Do they have sales and stuff, don't they?
Yeah, and Scribd and Borrow. So I think we were only going to go till 4 o'clock, but I know you've only just got here, Jack. So
I mean, if you guys want to finish, that's fine. I'm happy to carry on if you want to. So I leave it up to you.
I can probably do 15 minutes and then I'll have to take the dog out. So if you're up for a 15-minute, just to finish off.
Yeah, 15 minutes.
I think Em might be back as well.
Oh, oh yeah, I can see her in the chat. Yeah, I'm back. She's back.
What? Em?
All right.
She's in the chat there, she says. I can't. Obviously, we can't see her, but we can see her in the chat. She says she's back.
I can't see her in the studio.
Oh,
strange. So she's obviously about because she's put it in the chat. Anyway.
Maybe she's gone again because it was a couple of minutes ago. I didn't see it.
Maybe another emergency happened in between her posting that.
Oh no!
And then
hope not.
I can't see her. Why can't I see her? Okay, well, I'll start off another 15 minutes and I'll try and find Em while we're on it. Oh, hang on, I'm going to have to just... how do I change it to...
I've got my Oasis today as well, look.
Oh, that's much smaller than I thought.
I know, because I keep seeing the reviews of the Kindle Scribe, and it's much bigger screen. So this is like, it's bigger than the Paperwhite screen slightly, but it's actually really slim. Tiny.
I like your buttons.
I love buttons. That's why I wanted it. Right, I'll see you on the other side.
Let's do it.
See you later.
Hello, hello.
Oh,
Oh, I couldn't find Emily.
Yeah.
Oh.
How'd you get that, Jim?
All right, all right. I'm halfway through.
You are.
So I'll probably be reading it all month. Every single sprint we do, I'll be reading this. Oh dear, what about you two? How do you
Realise-
get on?
I've reached part 2. I didn't know my book was in parts, but I've reached part 2.
Oh.
Hooray. I think I am now halfway through. But every day I'm like, I think I'll finish The Rapture today, and then I don't finish it. It's one that takes quite a long time to read, as many pages as I would read in a different book. But it is good.
Yeah.
It is good.
What about you, Jack? How did you get on?
You might have some reverb off of me because I forgot to put my headphones back in. Can you hear me okay, though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Not brilliantly, because this is my first zigzag book and it's confusing. It's really, really odd. So basically, initially I came onto the screen and I was like, there's these arrows. And I was like, oh, maybe that's how we turn the pages. So I was like flicking and then I was like, that can't be the next page. Turns out these are chapter arrows. And to read it, I should be going like this. So then I was like, oh, and then I didn't know how to get back to where I was. So I had to like search for it. And then I was like, I want to record it, like highlight something, but there's a quote button, but the quote only works for the last played audio bit. It's very strange. So I kept flicking back and forward. It was annoying me.
Basically, you spent 15 minutes trying to work out how to read your book.
Yes.
Oh dear.
It's not great. That's not great.
This is
So
why
I
I
was like,
only read
"This is
books
a
that
great
are made of
quote."
paper.
I record that, but it wouldn't let me.
Katie has just said that the Oz series is on Scribd. Some more to put in my saved basket then.
Is that like the original Wizard of Oz series?
Yeah, we were saying earlier that we've only read the first one and not the other 14 series.
Hody ho. Hody ho is the answer.
Hody ho. Hody ho. That is the
Hody hi, hody ho. Just showed my age.
Up to letter 79. Not used to I can never say that word.
Epistolary.
Yeah, that's the one.
I can't say either.
Diaries. I have
letters.
Yes, letters. I read Dangerous Liaisons years ago. So now obviously I don't remember any of it. But I really like Cruel Intentions, you know,
we were talking about that earlier.
Love it.
Big fans.
That's great.
Yeah, great film. Great film. So
I might actually bin off the Rapture and see if I can find Cruel Intentions on any of my.
I'm kind of fancy watching that now. We mentioned it. Actually.
Yeah.
I started Paper Girls on Prime. You know.
Oh yeah, what the series? The TV series.
So they kind of, I think their selling shtick is because it's an adaptation of these graphic novels that Alice mentioned the other day, Gemma, which is like.
Yeah, I've read the first one.
Girls, isn't that what you said, Alice?
Pardon?
Like it's like Stranger Things, but with girls.
That's what it was sold to me as by. I think I might have seen it on Lauren and the Books Instagram, and she described it as sort of like that.
And it said,
and I've read the first two.
Yeah, the Prime description was Stand By Me meets, I think it said meets Walking Dead or something similar like that. It says Stand By Me meets Walking Dead. And I was like, I'm in. Yeah.
It's quite bizarre, isn't it? Have you read any of the
I've not read the books, but I wanted to read the books, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to watch the first episode today. They're only 38 minutes, which is nice and refreshing because most TV shows are like an hour. You're like, I haven't got an hour.
Yeah.
So I thought I'll stick it on. And it was so good, the first 15 minutes. I thought Dave might actually want to watch it. So
good. I got the first 2 volumes of the comic on Libby.
I wonder if it's on Scribd.
It is on Scribd. I've done the first one on Scribd. Well, the first 3 are on Scribd. I've done the first one, but it ain't Tilly Walden.
No, it ain't Tilly Walden.
Oh, I really want to get
So
Scribd
good.
just to get Tilly Walden.
I need to read more Tilly Walden. I mean, after I read on a Sunbeam, I was like, I'm going to read everything by her, and then I didn't read anything by her.
Yeah,
but then
I need to get that
at the
free
time.
one.
Mm.
Need to get that free one you talked about, Jack, and then I need to read the Walking Dead one that you talked about, Jem.
Yes, and that's gonna be a trilogy.
That's the one I really want to read. I really want to get back to the Walking Dead comic books, but I just can't find any of them like free.
Clementine. There we go.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's good. It's
Save
good.
that.
So as soon as I get Scribd, which I'm going to do a trial at some point when I'm not doing 30 books off myself.
Go to if you go to Scott's channel, you get a 3-month trial on his link.
Oh,
That's what I did.
Yeah, that's what I did, and he gets an extra month for free when people use his link. So I must find out how he got that link. I'm like, I want that link and put it in mine. I want to get a free.
I'll do that. I just need to get further into my 30 books first.
Yes.
Oh, the Oz audio is like a bundle of 70 hours.
Whoa.
Oh, isn't it?
That is a lot. That is a lot.
If you do love it, it's well worth. You know, I love a. If it's something, did you ever read it when you were younger, Katie? Because I read the first book when I was younger, I think, but
yeah,
the whole just huge series, isn't it?
I read the first book probably about 4 years ago or something.
Really?
Yeah, I never read it as a child, I don't think.
Yeah, I read it as a child and then I read it to Sam probably about 4 years ago. It's good. It's good.
I thought it was pretty bizarre.
Very bizarre.
A lot more bizarre than the film, I thought.
Yeah, and I'm not really into sort of, even as a child, it was just a bit too bizarre for me.
Oh,
I think if people are like, oh, you've never read Alice in Wonderland? I'm like, no, never read Alice in
That
Wonderland.
is too bizarre for me. That's
that
too much.
is really bizarre.
Yeah,
didn't enjoy
too
that.
bizarre and like too much whimsy. I'm just not a fan of.
Considering I share a name with it, I'm not that keen on Alice in Wonderland.
Oh yeah.
At all.
No, I didn't
I
like
think it's
it.
a bit much.
Yeah. I like the have you seen the there's a YA series, Dorothy Must Die, which is actually I read the first two. They're actually quite good.
Oh, are they?
Where Dorothy's the villain.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Sounds better.
And Katie said yes, she read the first one, but none of the others. Right, ladies, we have to call this to an end, I think, because I need to go walk the dog in the cold, rainy, wet, dark
Oh, lucky you.
streets of Suffolk.
Enjoy.
So, yes, I should do that. But thank you for joining, and thanks to Em if she's out in the ether
Thanks for
somewhere.
having us.
And we are sprints next week are on Emily's channel.
Emily's.
And I think she's same day, same time. I think she's Saturday 2:00 again next week.
I believe so.
So it'll be in our community tabs and all the rest of it. So
yeah, awesome.
you like the odd bits, Katie. Oh, where are we?
Alice in Sunderland. Oh, amazing.
Oh, thanks, Jim.
Thanks,
I need some sunshine. It's bloody miserable.
Yeah, look, it's so dark. It's like 4 o'clock, and look at it. It's like 4:20.
Very dark.
Oh, yeah. Right. Well, I will see you girls next week then for more sprints. And I hope everyone has a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, or whatever people are on. We'll see you later.
Thanks, Emma, for hosting.
Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.